Recently I tested my body to the limit, climbing with a backpack weighing over 25 kilograms to an elevation of nearly 2 kilometers, and spending over a week in the forest. For a city dweller like me, even one night under the trees once felt like an incredible feat. We attempted to reach Mount Amuko, almost 2 kilometers high, by a long overgrown route through the untouched forest of the Western Caucasus. Although the mountain isn't far from Sochi, Russia's most famous resort city, it's hard to reach due to rough terrain, lack of roads, and no water sources. The easiest way to reach this spot would probably be helicopter, though almost no one really comes here that way. We followed an old Soviet hiking trail, now almost completely overgrown and forgotten. This turned out to be the hardest hike in my life, and as I later found out, also the hardest for my companion, who is an experienced trekker. This route was longer, more remote, and completely uninhabited. Since we planned for more than a week, our backpack weighed over 25 kilos, making the climb even tougher. We started by fording a mountain river. After that, we didn't know what dry feet were for the rest of the week. Climbing steep slopes with that kind of load was exhausting. We were running on empty. We saw fresh bear scat along the trail, but all we had for protection were 2 firecrackers in our pockets. Water sources were scarce, so when we did find one, we loaded up, which made our packs even heavier. Pushing through overgrown trails with all that weight was slow and painful. That first day, an 8-hour climb with heavy packs and water burned itself into memory. I remember the effort it took to get through the last few hundred meters. Completely drained, we barely had the strength to set up camp. Every time we set up camp, my companion, ever cautious, hung our foot high in a distant tree, just in case any bears were nearby. Due to an incoming storm, we decided to stay put another night. Before bed we prepared for rain, laid down ferns under the tents and stretched plastic over mine. I wasn't sure it would survive the weather. We hiked in lightly, hoping to find a spring nearby, but the forest kept its water well hidden. That meant, the next day, rain or not, we'd have to break camp and move somewhere with a source. Luckily, the weather turned in our favor. We continued the long ascent and eventually reached the green cliffs, where the whole city of Sochi lay below us like a postcard. It looked close, almost reachable, but that was an illusion. No roads led here, only forgotten footpaths. The city looked like a giant anthill pulsing with life, people being born, getting married, grieving, laughing, a vast living organism reaching out its arms, slowly claiming wild lands around it. To the other side, the majestic Mount Fish towered like a tooth above the forests of the Caucasus. Eventually, we reached our next campsite, hoping for water. We pitched our tents now at nearly 1,500 meters. Each night the forest was blanketed in clouds. The mist wrapped the trees and tents in a damp embrace. It was like something from a dream or a fantasy game. Our water source turned out to be cloudy, but better than nothing. We built a crude charcoal filter to clean it. That evening we tried a short ascent toward Mount Pitniste. We saw plenty of wild animal tracks, but a dense fog forced us to turn back. The next day we climbed toward Mount Amuko's summit. The trail was overgrown and we had to fight our way through thick brush. From the top to Cirque carved by rivers come into view, with chamois darting across alpine slopes. After a few hours on the summit, we returned to camp again wrapped in fog. My companion was getting uneasy. The mist crept into the tent and condensed on the fabric, but I enjoyed the atmosphere of the mystery of a meadow lost in the middle of endless forest, with no one for 10 kilometers to any direction. Next day, we descended into the Agva Cirque and tried to climb to the Amuko ridge, but fog rolled in again, swallowing the grassland. Fearing we'd lose the faint path we'd followed, we turned back. At times we were literally climbing through brush. Our daily rhythm shifted. We fell asleep at sunset, woke with the dawn, bed by 8 p.m., up at 5. The following day we tried again. This time the weather helped us. We crossed the plain quickly on yesterday's tracks, approaching the ridge where chamois ran, and scrabbled up some rocks to reach the crest of Amuko. A short walk along the ridge, then thunder cracked on the horizon. Storm clouds gathered fast. We rushed back to camp. A week in a tent was wearing me down. I missed home. One of the last nights I had a vivid dream. I was 20 again, lifting weights in a gym. Nearby, a girl, my future wife, played volleyball. She served. The ball flew toward me. I served it back. After the workout, she came up and said, "Hi." I said hi back. Then silence, thick with meaning. We both wanted to speak, to find a reason to stay and learn more about each other. That scene brought back emotions I hadn't felt in over 20 years, so raw, so real, that I wanted to live it all again from that point on. Then I woke up. I tried falling back asleep, hoping to return, but I couldn't find my way back. Luckily, it was time to go home. Our backpacks were light enough, and in our non-stop descent, and we were back in a world of noise, pace, and its own rhythm.